Welcome to our new series here at Spandex StandUps called RoundTable Rankings. I got some comics with me, and we're going to discuss best heels in the game from the past, the present. We even might talk about some heelish stuff in the future. But I got Jesse Jones with me, the host of the Bourbon Showdown podcast, and I got Randy Slack, the voice of ESPN Wilmington and the morning DJ for modern rock down there in Wilmington. So check them out. Both great comics from North Carolina. We have a great discussion about the best heels. The criteria, this is a WWE podcast, so we keep it WWE, WWF, because that was a different time, and WCW. And I will give you one wrestler at a time. We'll discuss their place in our top 10. We'll move the list around. Nothing set in stone until we're happy with our top 10, and then we'll call it. What do y'all say?
Now, I have a quick question here.
Of course.
When we're talking heels, you say heel wrestlers. So are we, and I don't want to jump ahead of what maybe you have in store for us, would Bobby the Brain Heenan type guys, would managers not be on this list?
So we stuck with just the wrestlers. Because we are going, I do have top 10 managers are coming out here shortly too.
Okay.
So, and I'm sure Bobby the Brain will be super high on that list, if not number one.
Yeah.
So yeah, we will get our top 10 in there. And then we got to kick it off with a banger, who I expect is going to be pretty high on this list. And to be honest with you, this man right here is the reason I had Mr. Jesse Jones on this particular episode. It's the man.
Yes. Okay. This is all I've been thinking about since you asked me to be on, is where the Nate would live on the list.
Yeah.
Of course. So, I mean, do we just put him at the top right now and then we go from there?
I can't really imagine. Yeah.
I can't think of
him falling more than one, maybe. But yeah, he's got to be up there.
He's got to be up at the top, man. I mean, I think it's his to lose in my mind.
Yes.
Like there's going to be a lot of conversation about a lot of different people, but I think Flair it's going to be hard to find anybody that's not replicating Flair in some way, shape, or form in everything that comes next. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like everybody's borrowed from the Nate.
Everybody.
And he's literally called the dirtiest player in the game. That to me feels like that's got to be pretty high on the list if you're the dirtiest player in the game.
Yeah. Fair enough.
And I mean, he lived it. Like if you look at the criteria for what makes a heel, he lived kayfabe. There was no I'm Ric Flair. Yeah. He wasn't Richard Flair when he got home. No, he just kept drinking, and the next thing you know, he was helicoptering on the bar and calling Tony Schiavone saying, "Look what I can do."
Yeah. All I hear is our friend Tyler Wood's joke. No hair, no Flair.
I had Tony Schiavone on my radio show once, and there's my favorite Ric Flair promo of all time. Real Men Stay Up is what it's labeled. And there's a quote in there where Rick goes, "That's why this sport coat costs $800 and that costs $200. And then I asked Tony when he says, "And I don't know what that costs, I'd be ashamed to wear it." And I said, "Tony, was he pointing at you?" And he said, "Yes."
Yes, he was. Oh man, that's a good one. We'll have to do top commentators one day. That'll be great.
Yeah, dude. Because Schiavone, not to take us off track, but went from bright lights.
Take us off track.
He was WCW crashed, and then he was working at Trader Joe's like a Huxtable's significant other, and then AEW's like, "Nah, bro, we can get you insurance as well. Come on into the fold. We're gonna let you grow a beard."
Have a billionaire.
Yes.
Shout out to Bumpers.
Next on the list, can he contend? It's the Viper, Randy Orton.
Ooh. Oh, this is a hard one.
Because he does his best work as a heel.
As a heel, 100%.
Sure.
And trained by Nate.
He learned from the best. So this is
that whole evolution stable. There's a lot of really strong guys in there.
Oh man. Okay. So to put him on this, we're gonna have to create some form of scale, because to be a heel, you have to make the people feel something, right? Like Flair, you can break it down by his feuds. He would go into it with whoever he was working with, and you would love whoever he was working with, and you would hate him. And you can say that for Randy Orton as well, because Orton versus Cena, both of them, the best case scenario, everybody comes out looking like $1 million. Orton versus, as close as like the most recent I guess with Kevin Owens, he was already sort of a face at that point. But what are some more Orton feuds that would
Orton Taker was great.
And to add a little note to that, Orton versus Taker, Orton was a super heel outside the ring. During that, he was talk about the criteria, living the character. He was living the character.
Yeah. Great.
Do not leave your bag unguarded.
Look at his face and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, so many great. That should be a criteria. How many memes does this dude produce from the evil genius point of view?
Yeah.
So we're thinking just right behind Flair for right now.
Oh, if we want to, okay. So we know he's going to be. I would probably put him at like 6 and wait for him to crawl his way up.
Bottom 5.
I like it. I like it.
Right, same here.
Boom. There we go.
Because as soon as I said feuds, what? Okay, Legend Killer Randy is a special time. Like Legend Killer Randy is peak. He hasn't quite gotten to neck the size of thigh Randy yet, like he is in current state.
Randy,
for sure.
Yeah. I like 6. I think 6 is safe.
Yeah. I was thinking the feud with he actually is one of the few people that made us care about the McMahons in a face way. His feud got super personal with those McMahons when the height of the punt.
Yeah, the punt, dude.
So I
the
feel
shaved
like
head, like when he went clean bald. Yeah.
He looked like a snake. That was the first time I was like, Apex Predator, the Viper,
You got to give him points for like actually hurting people, like in the even though it's if it's
and he got people fired for hurting people.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Mister.
And he yelled at Kofi that one time.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Jake the Snake Roberts.
Now,
okay,
this is why we couldn't put. For me, his work with Macho Man, where I think it was it Tuesday in Texas, where he like DDTs him, and then he's just kind of going after Elizabeth, and it's so insane and intense compared to like everything else that goes on in like 1991 WWE. And then there's a dude that's like taunting this frail woman by knocking out her husband, and it's like, dude, this is like real life stuff. Like it was scary. He's terrifying.
And then you cross that with no internet. You're like, I see how people believe this.
Yeah.
Oh yes. If video killed the radio star, internet killed youthful disbelief.
Yeah. But also, a guy that you kind of believe. Oh no, he was kind of maybe not the best dude. Respectfully,
he's like, hands down, I was not the best dude.
Right.
Yes. And Randy, he also, his delivery, right? Like everybody yelled, and Jake was the one guy who would start a promo and he would just take his time. And it was so creepy. It was him, and his delivery was just above and beyond.
For sure.
When he tricks the Ultimate Warrior and he's like, reach out. You're reaching out to a snake, and it's just like it all comes full circle. You're like, how did you ever believe this guy could be a good guy? He's literally a snake.
They got me so good because that's what I was brought up on, man. The Undertakers, the Ultimate Warriors, the Randy Savages, those backstage cuts where they spent so much time in the backdrop. You were taken to another place. And then I go from that to just like, hey, just talk about it behind a mural backstage or something, I got spoiled early on.
Yeah. Well, that's also a great story about how Savage wanted the snake to bite Jake first.
I love that.
Like before he would.
I don't know what you're trying to do there.
Yeah, the snake was supposed to be a gimmick snake, right, and Randy was.
I don't want to see you take nothing.
Yeah, I think. Also, I mean, go ahead.
Oh, go! Yeah, no. Where you putting him?
I'm thinking top 4 right now.
Yeah, 1,000%. For some reason, 3 keeps popping into my head
because it's like 3 right now. See how he handles it.
Right.
I think more for Jake than really the other 2 guys on this list. I know Jake had a little bit of time where he was a good guy, but for the most of his career, like he was always a dude that was a heel. Randy Orton has had great parts of his career where he was a good guy. He's a legend. Everyone kind of loves Flair now. It was always Jake. Jake Roberts was always a bad guy. You looked at him, you're like, you immediately knew, I can't trust that guy. That guy.
I hate we never got that big payoff with him and Hogan because he was the first anti-hero. So they were so worried that they were going to cheer for him instead of their golden boy. Like Jake the Snake legitimately could have been the end of Hulkamania.
Oh, 1,000%. He even said, like, when they were getting ready to put him in a feud with Hulk, that the first time he went out, he was getting cheered. And he's just like, oh, crap.
Yeah, he's like, there goes the dollar signs.
Been in the business long enough to know you don't challenge the golden balding goose.
Speaking of dollar signs, money.
Oh, yeah.
Money.
Yeah. You can't have a top heel list without having DiBiase on it.
Love DiBiase, man. I know he's had some questionable decisions outside of the ring, like most of them do. You know, most of these guys are complicated. But as the character himself, man, I loved Ted DiBiase. I found this might say something about my character. Even as a kid, when he was like, told a kid he could, if he bounced the ball 30 times, he'd give him $100 and he'd kick the ball out from under him. I remember just being like, oh, that's hilarious. That's so funny.
Yeah.
Well, great on the stick, great in the ring. He was another one where he heightened it, right? He wasn't just calling you at home a blue collar. He wasn't just talking regular schmack. He made you feel inferior. Like when he would talk smack to the people, you could tell they legitimately hated him.
Yeah. I just love, and what a great catchphrase. Everyone has a price.
And that
with the laugh
right there is, it's something that there's some truth to it. And I think that's one thing with a heel, when there's a heel that says something that you kind of can agree with, when he says everybody has a price and you think to yourself, like, do I have one? Could the $1 Million Man, he bought off a referee and got plastic surgery and switched the title and all that stuff. Like, what could he do?
I love it.
Incredible.
Yeah, he bought it off of the plastic surgery referee. Top notch.
Yeah. The headers.
Could you imagine being able to realistically do that gimmick today? Like think of how much fun you could have in this hemisphere of billionaires that we live in currently.
In this class war we're right now? Come on.
Right? Oh my God, it'd be so good if
That's
you could.
Why his son dropped the ball so hard.
Oh, big time.
I don't understand. Well, I'd love to have that discussion one day. As to why is the charisma drop in that second generation?
Well, yeah. I mean, that's a whole top 10 right there. Top 10 missed opportunities with the second and third generation stars.
Wholeheartedly. How are we feeling about Mr. DiBiase? Because then, even when he had to retire, he spread an evil, his version of the corporation into the world.
That's true. That's true. And that's right. He had the whole corporation. You had before the corporation. You had what? Didn't he have Nikolai Volkov and everybody?
Aged Nikolai Volkov.
Yeah. He made him wear the penny shirt.
Would not stop talking about that.
The ringmaster.
Yeah,
Steve
the first Stone Cold.
Yeah. We wouldn't have Stone Cold if there hadn't been that $1 million belt.
He brought in the Undertaker, didn't he? Didn't he bring him in? Like
Survivor Series.
Yeah,
with Brother Love as the mouthpiece.
Yeah.
And now that guy doesn't even have to paint his face red. He's just got high cholesterol, and he is naturally that red now.
Would we dare say high is number 2 for right now? Or is he below the Snake?
I think maybe 4 or 5.
Okay.
I was thinking 4 or 5 as well, completely. Because I can't put him above the Snake. And he wasn't even involved. Jake wasn't involved as high level feuds as DiBiase was. But Jake somehow stands out, man.
Fair enough. Speaking of bringing him into The Undertaker.
Ooh. This is a hard one because he transitioned from heel to beloved character.
Right.
He spent more time as the beloved. Even like you're over if you're able to like tie Stephanie McMahon to a cross that bears your logo. Yeah. And everybody's just sitting there like, yeah, we don't like Stephanie either. Set it on fire. We don't care.
Right. Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's why I wanted to. I made sure we did the. When he first came in, he was a heel. When he beat our beloved Hulk Hogan, and then Ministry of Darkness Undertaker was just a whole nother level.
Yeah,
Ministry of Darkness Undertaker was that like the only way that was going to survive the Attitude Era pre American Badass.
To be honest with you, that's the only time I did not care about the Undertaker. It was American Badass.
Yeah, American Badass. He just snakeskin pants and dip.
Oh, those pants were
it was so bad.
Yeah, which he also he was. He had to go away. The last time he was a heel, wasn't it? That was the last time he was a heel. Was American Badass?
Yeah, because he's been a face ever since then.
Big Evil or Big Red Evil or whatever they called him. But yeah, I mean, to me, as a heel, like as an all-time character, he's top 3. But maybe as a heel, I think on this list, I think he's probably near the bottom just because
same here, man.
There are so many other guys that I think of as a bad guy. When I think of The Undertaker, I think of him more of just The Undertaker.
As The Undertaker.
He's his own thing, yeah.
We did Best Big Men. He came in second.
But when you're such a character that you're remembered not as either a heel or a face, like it's a compliment that he doesn't really fall higher on this list because he is just The Undertaker.
Right.
He's so big that he kind of encompasses both worlds in a way where he's larger than them.
Yeah, and we do have more than 10, so if he doesn't make the list, that's okay.
Okay.
Oh, if he doesn't make the list somewhere, like Reddit's going to eat us alive.
How we feeling about the tribal chief? He was shoved down our throats as a baby face. It just did not take, and I feel like he is going to go down as one of the greats because of his heel work.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't deny this run, man. You almost okay. This is where you have to separate yourself from the list, right? Because I'm not a huge Roman Reigns fan, but you can't deny the work he's done in the past like 6 or 7 years as some of the best heel work. The patience, the ability to read the room and do what needs to happen in the moment to make the people hate you. I mean, he might be number 2 for me right now, just because it transcends my opinion of him, and you're able to look at what he does and see how well he executed it, even though I don't like him. And I guess me not liking him almost makes it match because, I didn't like him. He did the thing.
I think he's as good of a modern heel as you can have. And I think so much of that goes into it. I think the way he carries himself, I think his schedule, we're in such a smart world now where people know all the things behind the scenes, and you have a guy who he's the champ. But like, remember when Hulk Hogan wouldn't fight for the title but once a month and we hated it? And I was like, what a trashy heel he was. Yeah. Now Roman fights twice a year when he would have the belt. And it was I think that added to when you're thinking of modern wrestling and modern heels. I think he encapsulates a lot of stuff. And I think number 2 on the list, and he might be hard to bring off a number 2.
And talk about like the debut of his heel, like the camera cutting to Heyman on the couch. Are you kidding me?
Oh,
like
dude.
I'm a grown man, and I started just cheesing my. I was like, was that Heyman? Was that Heyman next to me? So I mean, Ric Flair obviously was just always a heel. He didn't have to like debut as a heel, but that Roman Reigns turn when they finally gave up, when they finally were like, the big dog is finally dead. That was just fantastic.
And similar to the Rocky turn, right? Where you knew he hated us well before they let him hate us.
Yeah.
And once they let him pull the trigger on that, he was like, you know what? All of you, people send me dog food to my house. All of you, long walk, short pier, acknowledge me.
Yeah. Talk about letting some feelings fly when they got to go heel. How we feeling about Hollywood?
See, I knew this one was coming. Yeah, man, it's a hard one because it's another one where he did it so well in a time period where you could almost say in the sense of anti-heroes, you wouldn't have had the Attitude Era had Hogan not turned heel and backed Vince into a corner where he allowed himself to give way to what the people wanted. Like if there hadn't been Hollywood Hogan, we would still have Duke the Dumpster Drosy defending the European title on another In Your House show. You know what I mean?
Yeah. In Your House 572.
right.
Dumpsters
not
revenge.
My favorite, but he is a linchpin in the evolution of heels in the industry. And as big. Okay, question for you guys.
Okay.
Hogan, undeniably, whether you loved him, hate him, was your favorite, not your favorite, he was the pinnacle of faces in the business.
No doubt.
Yeah.
Did his heel run match his face run? That might give us a jumping off point for where he lives on the list.
That's a very good point. That is a very good point because no. Like he literally changed the game as a face, and he did to an extent too with the NWO.
Yeah.
You know, that was a complete game changer. Like you said,
there's a lot of similarities between him and Roman, where it's two guys who at one point they were both we were tired of Hogan was always the hero. He goes to WCW, and they really didn't like him anyway because they were inclined to like that NWA style. And then you've got a guy who would go against the Dungeon of Doom and beat like 9 people by himself. And it was like, we really don't like this dude. And then when he finally got to tell everybody, how he felt, and he was genuinely, and as we find out, sometimes reality kind of leads to
don't meet your heroes.
He was bringing out maybe what he really had inside.
I just
turns out the only guy that liked him was Bubba the Love Sponge's wife.
Yeah, the TNA documentary doesn't hold back either. They're like, he almost bankrupted us.
Yeah. I think like 3. I think maybe we have to start moving down Jake and Ted there. And really, with him and Roman, it's tough. But I think to your point of, when it comes to his entire career, he had like Undertaker, he had great runs on both sides. And the 80s run, I mean, that whole boom is based on the red and the yellow. So
1,000%.
And that just speaks to the magic that him and Rock created at that Mania. When the crowd pulled him back. They're like, no. One last run with the red and gold.
And by the way, for Hogan in the NWO, he was the bad guy in that group. Everybody else in that group was cool. You had Scott Hall, you had Nash. They were the Vaders. Yeah. They were Darth Vaders, and he was Emperor Palpatine. Like, he was the actual bad guy in the group. Yeah. And everybody else was just trying to be cool. Like, he was the bad guy.
Yeah.
Well, and it wouldn't have worked as well if it was a group of cool guys. Like there was something about him still being out of touch with the consumer to where you remember those first NWO promos where they were just Hogan. Like nothing changed. It was like, something, dude. And you're like, oh, he still doesn't get it.
Hall and Nash had to teach him to be cool.
Yeah. Like he was the uncle who was like, well, they all wore fanny packs.
When he was wearing the Jinkos, when he came down the Jinkos and the tucked in shirt.
Okay, who wore that look worse, Hogan or Michael Hayes during his Hardy Boys run?
Oh God! Do
you remember the Michael Hayes Jinkos?
I might have to go Hayes because he had
Michael Hayes never wore anything good though. He never wore anything good, so it's hard. This is true. It's hard to say. The everything's more normalized at the bottom of the barrel for Michael P.S. Hayes. Also a great heel, by the way.
Yeah. Oh, a great heel. And amazing. He must be such a great mind for the business that he's been able to outlive his past.
Yeah.
Like there's videos of Michael Hayes where that would get you canceled 10 minutes ago, and he's still on commentary sometimes.
He's still trying. He's still saying dumb things. How are we feeling about Mr. Ravishing Rick Rude?
Okay, this is another one where I've got to like take myself out of what I think, because Rude was my dude back in the day. There was nobody cooler in my mind. Like Jake the Snake was awesome, but Jake the Snake was the face in the feud with Rude. I got to quit rhyming things with Rude.
It's hard to do, my dude.
Yeah, I know, right?
Hey-o.
Those were my first two action figures when I was a kid. They were the two little ones that you could put Jake the Snake in a headlock and he would punch, and then Ravishing Rick Rude was doing his pose. And those were the two action figures I walked away from my first store with, and I will forever cherish them. I still have them somewhere.
A guy who's always a heel.
Yeah, always.
The airbrushed tights to match the dude's girlfriend or valet. Come on.
God.
What a heel
And they
move.
would cut to the crowd. The crowd hated him. They would, when he would get the mic and he would give that saying, "All you sweat hogs, let your woman see what a real man looks like." And then
you're like, you can't say anything to him. You're like, all right.
Yeah, like, what are you going to say?
They'd pan to the audience. They'd find the one dude from West Virginia with no chin in the audience to look just as mad as he's ever looked in his life. And then it'd go back to Rude. He'd pull out Jake the Snake's wife on his trunks. Just freaking and then it got weird. He put the Warrior on his trunks for a minute or two. Yeah. Remember that one? That was like, what?
Wasn't that on one of them? Wasn't that on one of the pictures?
Yeah.
Boom, there it is. Look at that. That's awkward.
And then he led the. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, you got to give him credit. Dude cut out carbs for most of his life so he could make us feel bad.
Yeah. When he jumped to WCW, when he was with Paul Lee and those guys, like he was
Dangerous
their
Alliance
main guy.
Doesn't get enough credit, man.
Yeah, the Dangerous Alliance was awesome, and he was their main guy.
Yeah, man. And also, I hate that we didn't get to see what he could have done with DX. Right. Like if they could have had him and China as their heavies the whole time, I just think that could have. I mean, don't get me wrong. I loved every second of the run. I just think he could have added a little bit more to it because he just got lost in the NWO.
And then he passed away. It goes back. If he hadn't got hurt too, right? Like if he hadn't have already been on that Lloyd's of London paycheck by the time later generations got to see him.
He could come back, but legally he couldn't come back. That sucks.
Well, I mean, they got Bret Hart with that.
Yeah.
He took a nut shot from McMahon. McMahon screwed him twice. First, he screwed him in Montreal.
Bret, Jesse.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. If he shows up on this list, he throws everything out of whack.
Ooh. Yeah. Well, we'll have to see.
Oh,
where we put Mr. Rude?
But for Rude, I mean, I'm good. I'm good there.
Okay. Hey, I like it.
He was great, but he was one-dimensional. He was like you know how Jake was somehow stealing your soul in a promo.
Yeah.
And Rude was just like stealing your girl. Like there's a difference in hierarchy.
When he was talking to you, you're like, why am I still listening to this dude? Why am I looking to his soul? Why is that? What is going on right now?
Did I just make a deal with this guy?
Outside of his run there at the beginning of like his WCW run, he was never really featured. He was always like that intercontinental, like the second best heel.
Yeah.
He was never really considered like he wasn't the best guy. Like
what was it?
Other guys on this list.
He got to fight Warrior for the belt and he never really sniffed it much after that.
Yeah. Like all the other guys on the list above him have fought for the belt. So,
well, I can't wait to see what y'all feel about this guy.
Oh, he was going to be my number 2 early on when I was thinking about this earlier today. God bless. You got to have him on there.
Yeah, he's interesting because it's more like a lot of his heel stuff, I feel like, is a lot earlier than what a lot of modern fans have seen. Like, we know him as, like, you know, the commissioner when he came back against the NWO and all that kind of stuff. Like, when he fought Bret Hart for, like, the IC title, like, those runs, he was more of a good guy. And it was more that early run, the beginning of WrestleMania, where he was really heel Roddy Piper.
Yeah.
And the ultimate heel. Like, I mean, nobody, you can't picture anybody going up against Hogan and Mr. T except you can change Orndorff out with literally anybody. Muscular dude.
Surprised it wasn't DiBiase, to be honest with you.
Yeah, right. Randy, you were talking earlier about you had someone on the show. I got to talk to. What's that?
It was Shivani, yeah.
Yeah, Shivani, yes. I got to talk to Bischoff on the show a couple years ago, and he's telling me all of these great road stories about Piper and just how he completely lived up to expectations in terms of what you thought Roddy would be like off camera. And like him and Hogan and Macho Man are on a single person plane going from city to city, and they've bought enough beer to like get them to Canada, and they're only going like an hour away. And they drink enough beer that they forget there's no toilet on the plane as soon as they get up to 30,000 feet. And it's like stories where Piper has to pee in a beer bottle. Those are stories you don't like Incredible. Orton's the closest I can think of.
You guys were the perfect combo I wanted for the heels because Randy Slack, you know, with the ESPN Wilmington radio show, gets to meet all kinds of cool people. Jesse Jones gets to meet a lot of cool people because a lot of wrestlers have joined the Bourbon game. So with your Bourbon Showdown podcast. So I love both of you guys being here and we getting to talk wrestling heels.
For sure,
man. Well, I love the insights too. Like just to be able to pick the brain of some of the people that we've gotten to talk to and then have it tie back to this.
Yeah. Where we going with Mr. Pipe?
Shit. I think I put him above Orton, maybe, just because, you know, his impact on WrestleMania, and, you know, you have to have Hulk Hogan, but having Piper on the other side of that against Mr. T and those guys, like, he really launched that, and that was such an impactful moment in the industry. And you can't have just Hogan, you have to have somebody on that other side, and having Piper, and it seemed like he was the guy he could maybe actually beat Hulkamania.
For sure, because that was the thing is you build a heel up, Hogan beats him, and then you discard him. But Roddy Piper was able to, dip, dodge, duck, and dive back into the main event scene here and there, you know, even after getting beat by Hogan, you know, so it was nice.
And the iconic coconut against Jimmy Snuka where he hits him in the head. That's
the thing is he did some of the best heel work not attached to Hogan.
Yeah.
So does he take DiBiase? I know, in my opinion, he definitely takes DiBiase's spot. Does he take Jake's spot?
Ooh.
Because Piper, if you look at the longevity of his heel run, which is from when he started across territories. I know we're talking WWE and WCW, but Roddy was Roddy for a lot longer than Jake was Jake.
Fair enough.
And consistently
I'm
Roddy.
Fair enough.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where Jake like where Rude looked singular next to Jake looks a little more singular next to Roddy.
Yeah. And unfortunately Jake fizzled out on that first run. And you know, he just was never the same after that. You know, like he came back. And I mean, don't get me wrong, responsible for Austin 316, but as a face.
Sure.
Right.
All right.
Although I love Jake's run as a heel when he got to WCW and he was doing like Halloween Havoc with the electric cage and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
Like it got wacky when he went to WCW.
Fair enough. Yeah, I mean that was wacky times for WCW. That was Blacktop Bully and Dustin Rhodes in the
RoboCop
trailer match or the haystack.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. On the semi truck. Right. Yeah, it was incredible.
Macho King Randy Savage.
Oh man.
Yeah. Incredible heel work. You know,
I didn't know if he got deemed for just being a small portion of his career or not.
Well, I mean, like his first run in WWE, he was really obviously a bigger heel, that Intercontinental guy. But then the run of the Macho King, the run of him against Hogan when the Mega Powers collided, like that was really just crazy good work.
I agree with you.
It's a hard one for me because Macho had such good heel work outside of the King Macho gimmick. Like King Macho, he had beautiful runs against Ultimate Warrior, and I don't know. It's a hard one because he had better heel work, in my opinion, in other points of his career than he did as King Macho.
Sure.
That's fair. How we
and just his whole career at large, I feel also Macho Man, Macho King, if you combine them or what, I feel like he's more of like the Undertaker, but maybe a little bit higher as far as the heel work goes. Like his heel work was really, really strong against several different people, and just the whole dynamic of him and Elizabeth. And that was something that you really didn't see too much of a dude being really mean to, his lady who's just out there at the ring with him. Like, what a jerk.
Just trying to help out,
That's a great call. And I completely agree that he's in that Undertaker landscape where he was just Macho Man, like he kind of transcended into his own category of which is another good Bischoff story where Macho Man would negotiate his contract butt naked. And he'd be like, "Yeah, brother, I'm ready to talk. Yeah, let's get it. Come up to my room. I'm ready to do the deal." And then Bischoff would get up there, and it's just an oiled up, naked Macho Man. And Bischoff's like, "I just signed whatever he put in front of me. I wanted to get out of there as quick as I could." I don't know. He next best deal next to Hogan because I just kept looking at the door.
I remember Mark Madden one time talking about they were coming back on a flight from Sturgis, and there was like some turbulence on the plane. They thought the plane might go down, and Macho Man's like, "Just think about the memorial show." Like he thought like Nitro was going to be.
We'll do big numbers.
Yeah,
do great
killer
numbers.
rating.
Yeah. Those are the guys that aren't produced in wrestling anymore. I think Roman Reigns might be one of the few people that if the plane was going down, he would just I could see him giving similar sentiment like, we can't control where the plane goes, but we can control what happens on Monday night. Everybody chin up.
All right, where we go with Macho, or we'll just do Randy Savage.
Yeah, I think right there.
Right there?
Yeah, I think it's good.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, we got 6 left.
Okay. Man.
Dude, Punk's heel work was so good.
Right.
And I hope we get to see it again. I want to see what the Punk that's been on his best behavior for the past 3 years looks like when they finally let him loose.
Yeah.
Like everybody's excited to see Cody go heel. I'd rather Punk go heel and let Cody ride out the t-shirt sales for another couple years.
That's what I'm saying. If I got to see CM Punk and Cody, give me one of them's heel turn.
Yeah.
You have to, right? You can't have another everybody's happy feud right now.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And it's CM Punk too, he hit him with the belt. He's teasing it, so.
That was so
CM
good.
Punk is, go ahead. CM
No,
Punk's the one guy where
so good.
I feel like the things that he says the meanest stuff, and you believe he would say it about you. Like when John Cena was a bad guy, it was like, I don't think he really means this. He wants to sell me a Honda. But when CM Punk, if he said the same stuff, you're like, no, Phil Brooks is kind of a jerk and an abrasive dude. I think he really doesn't like any one of us, and he's just happy to take all of our money. And his circumstances is why he's a good guy. In reality, I love his stuff, and I'm a huge CM Punk guy. But my goodness, I feel like he of as far as mean promos go, I feel like he could be the meanest dude.
There's two parts of CM Punk that's won me over on CM Punk, and that was his run as a heel with Heyman against Undertaker, and his current run. I hated what he was doing after he walked out. I hated those 2 losses in MMA. I thought he was an idiot. Every time he opened his mouth, I'd be like, why is this dude talking? But man, he, the Hell in the Cell with Drew McIntyre, like his work has been great, and he's been a heel, he's been a face, and I want to see that heel 2026 CM Punk for sure.
Yeah,
his ability to, I think Randy just nailed it. He genuinely dislikes us. Like even right now, as he is a face, he doesn't like but like 3 people. His wife, Paul Heyman, and the dog.
It was Larry.
He loves Larry.
Yeah.
But I think but Randy really hit it on the head. Every promo where he cuts that heel promo, he cuts to the quick in a different way. Rude, for example. Rude was like, you ugly sweat hogs, and Punk's like Punk's the kid that was bad at Yo Mama jokes. Where everybody's like, Yo Mama's so fat, and then Punk's like, your mom lost her leg to diabetes, dude. She makes bad life choices. Your stepdad beats you.
Yeah.
The legitimacy of him being straight edge too. When he had the feud with Jeff Hardy, and everyone loves Jeff, and clearly he has substance abuse issues. And then you've got a guy here who's like, I'm better because of, again, the reality of the situation where it's true. He doesn't do drugs, and that's a commendable thing. But the way he says it and the way he carries it is like,
yeah.
He would almost Karen.
Is he
you know what I mean?
What's that?
Yeah, he's definitely above Rude.
Is he above Macho?
I almost put him in the top 5.
Yeah,
I wouldn't put him above
he
Roddy.
Almost Jake.
I don't think he'd want to bump Roddy. I think he would be, if he ever came across this, he would be mad if he was ahead of Roddy Piper. But I could put him right behind there.
But he'd be irate that he wasn't ahead of Hogan.
Oh,
yeah. I don't know though. Hollywood is just,
Hollywood's Hollywood.
He was that first. I'm a movie star heel. You know what I mean? Like like we all hated his movies, but he was a movie star.
Yeah.
Hey, Suburban Commando had its moments.
Hey, what was it? Thunder Paradise? Thunder whatever? Thunder
in Paradise.
I watched that show. I can't lie.
The glued buzz cut.
No Holds Barred against Zeus. I saw that. Yeah.
If you smell.
Oh yeah. Oh. See,
two
really
strong runs here with Rock.
Evolution of heel work right here, because he's another one where now I don't think he's going to land as high on this list as some of the other folks, just because his face run was so just catastrophic. It launched him to Schwarzenegger levels of Hollywood stardom. Yeah. But heel Rock, when he had been die Rocky die, and he starts the promo by just lacing into a fan base that has been tormenting him through such a forced kayfabe babyface run, similar to you could make parallels to him and Roman Reigns in terms of how he snapped on the crowd
and talk that truth. That's got to feel so good. But hey, just let it fly. Like, okay.
Now, Drew knows this, but Randy, I don't know if I've told you this story. I won a Rock impersonation contest back during Hill Rock days. And it came down. I'm already in my 20s. I'm probably 22 when this story takes place. And I come in to the finals of this Rock impersonation contest where it's me versus a 9-year-old. And
you didn't hold back.
I cut a heel promo on that 9-year-old where I told him I was going to turn his sumbitch, I was going to turn his candy ass sideways and stick him right back into his mom's love oven. And the kid looked like he was going to start crying. The crowd popped, and I got backstage passes to SmackDown.
Hey, there you go.
Nice. Incredible.
Does he where's he land on our list? Because you said like his face run deters things, you know?
Yeah. Again, like the Taker and the Macho Man type stuff where he was such a big personality and he had the heel runs, but is it overshadowed? I mean, he was great. And
Rude.
Oh, he definitely bumps Rude. I'm trying to figure out if he moves everybody behind Jake the Snake down.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. Yeah,
right here.
I think 7. Yeah, I think him at 7, and then move Mach, and then Randy, and then Ted.
Because he doesn't ever he at no point when The Rock was going off was he still not kind of cool. So I think that eliminates him from the top 5.
Fair. Right. Yeah, like you got to have that pure hatred to hit the top 5.
Yeah, he never really felt evil. He felt cocky.
Yeah,
he felt like a douchebag. You didn't think like, oh, he's
All right, where does Perk Angle fit in here?
Oh man, I hate to say it. I don't even know if Angle places on this for me.
That's fair. He doesn't have to.
I don't think
that's
he
okay.
Does.
He was always
he had to be a heel when he debuted because of just how he was.
Yeah.
And in that era, he didn't fit at all because he was the all shucks. I'm just
I love the goody two shoes heel.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
I mean, he did it well. He did the goody two shoes thing so well. But when you're putting him up against even like, maybe it's because it was a very nuanced character and he did do it so well, but it just wasn't as over the top as some of the other people we've seen on this list.
Fair
now, if it was a top 10 of tacticians.
Yeah. Oh, no doubt.
If you look at his promo from New Year's Eve Revolution or New Year's Revolution, whatever it was, when he's out there with Daivari and he says, I'm not a big fan of the black people, and people are cheering him, bro, you people love you. Like if you're telling people you're gonna make Jesus tap out and that you hate the black people and they don't care, then you're trying your best, but you're just awesome. And no one wants
you're over at that point.
Yeah.
You're almost scary over at that point.
You're like, he shouldn't get away with saying that.
Will he use these powers for good or evil?
Sure.
Well,
he used them for Percocet.
As far as comedy wrestlers go, he has to be. I don't know if you've ever done that list before. He has to be one of the top guys.
Yeah. Oh, that'd be a fun list.
Because of top the way he could be funny. You know, like when he's talking about, or like him with Rey Mysterio. You're a boy and I'm a man, and I'm a man who plays with boys and all that. Just the way he would say stuff is just incredible. Just
he was so fun, clueless. Like he was cluelessly perfect in his delivery.
Yeah. How are we feeling about the rated R superstar?
Oh, I hated this guy so much.
Better heel. Definitely much better heel than face. I know he had runs where he was a good guy, but easily his best stuff was when he was the ultimate opportunist, and him and Vicky Guerrero, like the picture you had there, like he was so good in that. And you never felt like really, and this, I think it's a mark of a good heel when you're wrestling. Sometimes it's, you think that the baby face is the better wrestler, but the heel does dastardly things to get ahead. That was Edge all the time. He always had the money in the bank. He always had somebody with him. He had like the twins or whatever, those Zack Ryder,
Major Brothers.
Those guys. Yeah, the Major Brothers. He always had something, and you're like, there's no way this guy should win, but he always kept winning, and he was a great heel. He sucked.
Yeah.
Great promos, great facials. I don't think Edge gets props enough for just how he could sell whatever they gave him. And you can still picture him where he would clutch the belt and like that look on his face when he would just like, he knew he had just gotten away with something. He is what Seth Rollins wishes he was.
Oh, I love
go.
Seth Rollins.
Seth
Rollins is my guy.
I love Seth Rollins in the ring. I don't think anybody right now in the landscape can touch what he does physically. But I think he's been chasing legitimate heel for a while.
Fair enough.
And Edge and Lita and Matt Hardy, that whole thing.
I mean, oh my God, dude. That was what broke him, right? Like Edge went from trying to be a heel to legitimate heel when he stole Matt Hardy's girlfriend in real life while Hardy was recovering from an injury. And then Vince smelled money and was like,
storyline it up.
Use it. Yeah.
Does he crack our top 10?
I think so. I think, to me, I put him above Randy maybe, or maybe at 10. I just think he's more of a heel than Randy was. Randy
he was that driving force of evil when they were a tag team.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
You good with that, Jesse?
I agree. I completely agree. And again, to anybody mad at that Mach just got knocked off, Macho Man is in Undertaker legend status. Like him not being top heel doesn't mean that he's not still top personality.
I mean, look at these we got on here, man. It's hard to argue.
Yeah.
Like, because I love that argument. Like, he should have been on the list. All right, well, tell me who to take off.
That's right. That's right.
Because this is a great list.
And he definitely tops. He tops Orton, I think, for sure. It's going to be hard when you get to. There's one that's going to hurt my heart here in a minute,
and he's going to be last,
as he should be.
How we feeling about Triple H?
I think he's a better heel as a human being than he was as a character. He's done a great job of repurposing his image to where now he's like, I'm helping the younger guys. But I don't know, man. Trips never
China
really did it for me as a heel.
You know, like the real life, what he did with China breaks my heart.
Sure.
Yeah. 1,000%. If we were talking like top 10 worst people in wrestling, maybe.
Does he crack the top 10 for you? Does he knock his protege out of the list?
To me, I put him. Maybe this is a hot take. I think I put him at 6.
Okay.
I think he was
really.
I think with him and DX, I think him and Evolution, I think him with the
he
corporation.
Kidnapped Stephanie McMahon and got married.
Yeah, that is true. He stole her from Test, the guy who was basically just Triple H. You know, he was I don't know. I feel like he's got to be really high on that list. He was the heel.
Okay.
I feel like when him and Rock would fight, he would be the heel in that match. You know, he was usually the Rock would be the face and he would be that heel.
He really made people love Mick Foley too.
Yeah.
I will concede this.
Okay.
Well, because I legitimately hate the guy, which means he must have been doing a damn good job as a heel. Because you know he's not a bad dude. You know what I mean?
Probably.
Like the fact that well, you would hope he's not a bad dude, but the fact that like you assume he's a bad guy, that's how over he was as a bad guy. That even us who have never met him have no clue about the inner workings of WWE beyond what we think we know, and we're like, no, he's a bad dude. Bro. He's a bad person. He's a bad person.
And him being close to who I imagine the last guy is probably also kind of lifts that a little bit too.
Yeah, let's go ahead and ruin the whole list. Our last one for consideration. You got no chance. That's what you got.
Oh, man. It hurts, but I think he might take Nature's spot.
Yeah.
Just the way he did it. And he orchestrated everything, and he held all the cards, and he could sell, and he knew. I mean, God bless, he was so good at that hate and making you hate him.
It was me, Austin.
Yeah. The thing that Vince really does that a lot of people won't do is he would fail. You know, he would slip on. A lot of people that are bad guys, they don't ever want to get their comeuppance. Vince always got his comeuppance. He always got taken down, but then he always found a way to find the way to thwart Steve Austin or take over The Rock or be mean to Mick Foley or whatever. He always found that way to be that bad guy again. But I think so many people could learn from Vince of just being you're if you're the heel and you want to be a real bad guy, you're going to have to take ass whoopings. That's the job. Ric Flair and McMahon were the two guys that it was like they're the ones. Like, you know, when I look at Roman, you look at Hollywood, those two guys, it's like, that doesn't work for me, brother, guys. Yeah. McMahon and Flair, they would do what they had to do because at the end of the day, the bad guy's supposed to lose, the good guy's supposed to win, and then we'll restart it again next Monday.
And they understood that. Yes. When oh, dude, I've never even thought about it like that, but you're 1,000% correct. The end of the story is that the bad guy gets beat up, and there are multiple people on this list that when it came time to get beat up, they were too cool for school and never wanted to take the L. Where Flair made a career out of getting his ass handed to him.
I can always bleed.
But he was yes 1,000%. And McMahon was the same way. He knew that DX dropping a pile of shit on him and Shane kept the story real. Like of course people want to see that. Austin beating his ass. Of course, the blue collar TV watcher wanted to put themselves in his shoes and beat their boss's ass. It was just such good storytelling.
He said the amount of times he got kicked in the nuts too. Because he said Austin would just kick his leg up. You know, he's trying to hit you in the stomach, but he didn't always get there.
To me, the last time he ever should have been on TV, it was they did some sort of ceremony and they were like, it's the 25th anniversary of Raw or whatever. And he comes out and he takes the plaque and Stephanie and Shane are out there. He's like, this is all me. No one else did this but me. And he's just this big bravado. And then as soon as the glass shatters and as soon as Steve comes out, he's like, oh, Steve, I'm a senior citizen, man. He's like, Shane can go. Like he immediately is just like, I'm the biggest, meanest guy to, I'm old and frail. Like he was so good.
Yeah.
You're just like, oh, whatever, dude.
Lest we forget he peed his pants on command on national television.
And blew out 2 quads in the same match.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean the amount of moments
cut a promo with God.
Yeah.
Do you remember when God was a character on the show?
Yeah. It was the McMahon and Shane versus Shawn and God, right?
Did you ever see the promo he cut for USWA when Tatanka and Jerry Lawler were doing like a fight down there in Memphis?
I'm scared to ask.
And Vince comes out with this belt, and this is like 93 or 94. Like he's just been what a maneuver guy on TV. And he comes out and he's wearing like the USWA belt, and he's just like, ha ha ha. And you're like, who's that guy? And you're like, and then we found out 4 years later who that guy was, but you never saw him except in Memphis on a random where Tatanka was in a feud with Jerry Lawler.
I always thought he was just the voice of WWF.
Yeah.
You know, like that was
we all did.
He was on commentary with Gorilla Monsoon.
And then you learn that like Gorilla Monsoon was next in line behind Vince Sr. and Vince kind of undercut Monsoon to get his dad, because his dad didn't really care. He's going to sell the company to whoever could pay for the company.
He's the best heel on so many levels.
Right.
Like he ruined the territories.
Yeah.
He bought WCW, my beloved WCW. Yeah. It needed to be put to sleep, but my beloved WCW.
He killed wrestling. He made it sports entertainment. Like it totally changed everything now is chasing what he made wrestling into. Whether all the stuff on American TV is all some version of what he did, for better or worse. Probably for worse most of the time.
Like we get so mad at Vince Russo, but he is literally the walking incarnation of the Attitude Era.
Yeah.
Right. And Cornette just has to live long enough for Russo to die first.
That's the only thing keeping him holding on right now, man.
Incredible.
He'll see you in the cuck chair.
So how are we feeling about this list? McMahon, Flair, Reigns.
I learned something about McMahon today that I didn't know. That part of the entire marketing push behind changing it from wrestling and professional wrestling to sports entertainment was so he could get out of paying the sports commission all of the fees for being a legitimate sport. So that's a freaking heel, guys.
That's what I'm saying.
You're appealing to the point of like, oh my God, like McMahon, number one, and it hurts my soul to say so.
Yeah. And again, a heel, a guy who thinks he knows what's best for you. He thought The Rock was the big baby face. He thought Roman Reigns was a smiling guy. He thought Hulk Hogan was this. He thought Randy Savage was too old. He thought, well, you want to see wrestling like this. You don't want to see it serious. You want cartoon characters. You want action figures.
The mini wrestling.
Kind of did, but yeah. Like all this, the Kiss My Ass Club, the You're Fired, all the stuff he did.
I forgot about
he brought Donald Trump into pro wrestling.
Yeah. Several
of the worst stunners ever taken.
He was the heel to Donald Trump.
That's enough said right there. Number one. Boom. Mic drop. No, I like this, man. We got some iconic heels on this list. You got Hogan.
Oh, yeah.
Who minus where you put him on the list, the best turn of all time. You got Roman, absolutely, who is going to go down as one of the greats solely based on his heel run. Flair, who's the blueprint of a heel. Rowdy Piper, who had to wear a leather jacket lined with Teflon to keep from getting stabbed. He was such a good heel. Holier than thou.
Got paid in cocaine.
The Game, Triple H, the smooth talking psychopath Jake the Snake Roberts. The Rock, who you thought was your friend, and then he'd cut you down at your kneecaps. And then Mr. Ted DiBiase, who'd buy his way out of anything. And then the king of all of them, do whatever it takes to win, Mr. McMahon. That's a good list, fellas.
I think it's real
I think
strong,
the top five is flawless. The only person that I think, Ted DiBiase is the only one where I'm like, okay, he hung on. He surprises me a little bit that he's still on the list right now.
Fair enough. Would you put Edge, Macho Man, Rick Rude, Undertaker, or Randy Orton in his spot? Those are the ones we left off the list.
I'd maybe go Edge, maybe.
Yeah, I was thinking Edge or Randy. Yeah. But are we going too modern by putting one of those two in his place? And also, Drew, how have we not talked about Hakeem, the African Dream, at any point during this Hill Run list?
He was on Best Big Men. He was pretty high on the Big Men for a little bit. As One Man Gang.
Was he?
Yeah, One Man Gang.
Yeah. He won the first unofficial Royal Rumble. So, something to be said.
Where did Bam Bam land on that list?
What if we did a tie?
Ooh, okay.
Randy Orton at 10.
Okay.
Just do rated RKO.
I was going to say rated RKO.
We're talking too modern, and those guys' biggest heel runs were, 20 years ago. Almost at this point.
Right.
Fair enough.
That's fair. That's fair.
Fair enough.
Not
That's
exactly,
the thing. Nobody but Roman Reigns and Punk, made the list that are still active.
Yeah.
That it means step your game up, modern heels.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I also do like where Triple H landed.
Who is it?
I do like that Triple H is on this list.
Yeah. He was the cerebral assassin, man. And Evolution, his turns on Randy Orton and Batista to get them both out of the group set them up for success. Dude, so good. I just went back and watched that A&E Rivals, Batista and Triple H. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Real quick side note, who would you say Triple H's best feud is?
Ooh. Well, if you listen to Bret Hart, he's never had a good match. I've never heard. Nobody's ever really had a good match with Hunter.
Fair.
Yeah. I love his stuff with Mick Foley, his stuff against Cactus Jack or Mankind or whatever. I thought those were always great. The stuff with him and Rock where they were really climbing up, and like WWF 2000, Steve's gone. And those two guys are the two carrying the company.
For sure.
So I think probably Triple H and The Rock. I think that between those two, Rock and Austin obviously is The Rock's best.
Right.
But I think Triple H, The Rock, when they were the Intercontinental guys and Nation and DX, and then grew into the McMahon.
They really came of age together for sure.
Yeah. And they were trying to catch Steve. They saw what Steve was doing, and they're like, we could be right there with him.
We got to be right there.
And The Rock was right.
Fantastic.
It's the same way that Edge and Cena, and Triple H has even said that like these guys are going to need a heel to work with, and Edge was like Cena needed somebody to be the anti-Cena. It's the same logic where Triple H and I agree, Triple H and The Rock, Triple H and Foley, and then who would you put in his championship feuds? Like you've got the Evolution era, you've got DX, but who do you have?
With Batista.
Yeah,
he did.
Because that's when he had Big Goldie. You know, they fought over Big Goldie a lot.
Yeah,
him and Shawn had that battle when he first came back.
Yeah,
him and Shawn was a great feud.
So good.
Yeah.
When Shawn came back, and
you can make a case for like 4 guys to have his best feud.
Yeah.
The biggest heel run, like title wise, I think it's probably Triple H and Roman, but we don't want to talk about Roman in that way, so I can't really.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like when they fought at every WrestleMania at the top of the card, like that's.
It was some combination of Brock Lesnar, Triple H, and Roman.
Yeah.
Well, and then you felt like Triple H was almost like stepping up so someone could get beat.
Yeah.
Like when Triple H is the elder statesman and he's showing up just so you can beat him. Yeah. How bad do you think that makes Sting feel?
That Royal Rumble was so bad. That was so bad.
That Royal Rumble was so bad.
All right,
the look on The Rock's face when they start getting booed.
Fair enough. Randy, you got any parting thoughts for us?
Again, I think the heel work today uses a lot of work. It's tough today because we all do know more inside, and it's hard to be a heel. I think you still can be. I think the biggest thing we can take away from it is, you've got to battle. You've got to be willing to get egg on your face. And you have to be willing to not sell merch maybe because people are going to think you're a dick. And that's just part of the game if you really want to be a heel.
I love that layer to it of, JBL not wanting to wear a t-shirt. JBL could have been on this list. I just didn't think he'd crack the top 10. But what about you,
JBL?
JBL's a great heel.
Yeah. Any parting thoughts?
I think the future has so many people that could fit the heel archetype. Logan Paul, Dominic Mysterio. There are people that understand where they fall in the scheme of things. And I think Logan Paul really would like to be liked, but it's just not in the cards. And he's leaning into that. Dominic Mysterio, I can't remember in any of the people that we mentioned in this list a time when you couldn't even talk on the mic because the crowd was outweighing you with their boos. So
for sure.
I think that and it goes to what Randy just said and what we've talked to throughout this entire episode. You got to be willing to take an ass whooping. Dominic does great as the chicken shit heel. And Logan does great as the better than, holier than thou. You guys wish you were me. And it works because it's true. Logan said in an interview that he has his own plane and like he sleeps in his own bed. So for every wrestler sleeping in a frickin' Mick Foley Best Western, traveling as cheap as possible, to hear that this new guy is sleeping at home because he chartered a plane back from Poughkeepsie, that's like, he's made to be a heel.
Yeah.
So for future heels, I think we've got a lot of good stuff coming. Breaker gets it. Breaker, I think, is on the Randy Orton side of things, where he wants to be too cool for school and doesn't want to take those L's.
Yeah. You can tell he is bored out of his mind.
Oh my God, they got to pull him out of this vision and put him against the vision. Let freaking Aussie big man come back and knock him out.
It looks like he's in the best shape of his life, so that's awesome.
Oh, right. Yeah. I heard it was Atkins. I heard it was the Atkins diet.
Just eating a pound of bacon in the morning.
Yep.
Also, like shout out Gunther.
Style.
Yeah, Gunther.
Modern heel. Gunther, a great heel. A guy who
I'm excited about him and all this.
Wants to be liked. Yeah. Yeah, that's gonna be
good
great.
classic heel too.
Yeah.
Shout out to the AWA. He would have fit in well there.
Yeah.
Dude, he would have been. He would have rocked the AWA. Gagne wouldn't have pushed him though. Gagne would have been. He couldn't stretch him, so Gagne would have probably stopped the push. He'd have put him up against Putski or Bockwinkel or Billy Robinson.
They would have definitely made him play up his international flavor for sure.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Guys, thank y'all so much for joining me. This was RoundTable Rankings, best heels as we see fit. Thank you for Jesse Jones for joining us. Go check out Bourbon Showdown. Thank you to Randy Slack for joining us. Check him out in the mornings on Modern Rock and also on ESPN Wilmington, talking all the fun stuff. But we will have a fun category to tow our top 10 with some other comedians next time. Hit that subscribe button. We'll see you then.